I can't believe we decided to wear these hats, right? You're being really festive, rightly so, because this particular episode of Prick with a Fork, and hello, by the way, to all our new subscribers on YouTube, over 1,000 now, Rozza. It's building. This is a juggernaut. It's a colossus. And also, if you're listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, hello. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel, though, whilst I remember, because there you do get content you don't get on Apple or Spotify. Anyway, it was Rozza's idea, because we're heading to the festive period, to wear a Santa hat. I don't have a Santa hat, so what I've got is the next best thing, which is my Turkish smoking hat. Do you like it, Rozza? You like the tassel? Look. So what you do is, like, when you're in a cloud of puff, not illegal puff, but smoke, a hookah pipe or a cigar or even a Turkish cigarette. This kind of like cuts through the smoke. Do you like it? It's the best I can do.
Is that what it's supposed to do? Is that it?
Yeah. Did you not know that?
No, I didn't. No, I mean, for a while I kind of thought you were just like a Lexi Sale with like a fez, but now you tell me it's
not a fez. It's smoking hat.
No, it's definitely a smoker's hat. I mean, it looks like something from a Scrooge play.
It does, actually. It does. So it works on two levels, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Yes, so it is actually very, very festive, and also even your top, because I know, Duncan, I know you really embrace the festive.
I love this
season.
time of year. Like I like having a verruca removed.
The mere suggestion of me doing this in a Santa hat. Well, I mean, I knew what you were going to reply, and I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to message him this anyway. I've known him for like 20 years, and I know that basically the reply might start with an F, and it did.
Do you know what? I mean, you've got a very small child. I have one who's 21 now, right? Almost 22. So it's a slightly different vibe for me at Christmas time. And I get it completely. It's for the kids, right? But when you don't have kids around, it's just like, oh, for God's sake. And I mean, for me, as someone who likes going to the pub occasionally, is when all the amateurs come out. They started round here, right? In my local tap room, there were like half a dozen blokes last Saturday in bloody Christmas sweaters, right? And it's like, what are you, 7? And they're there, and they're going, oh, I'm going to have a half of this, I'm going to have a half of that. And basically, they were half cut after 90 minutes. It's like amateur hour. That's what really does my head in. I don't want to share my drinking. Humbug. Anyway, I think we'll loosely call this a festive edition of Prick with a Fork.
Getting even more festive.
You're going to get more festive.
Now, your tap room, do they have this?
They don't. No. And they don't have this either.
Now that is a proper job.
That is a proper job.
This is good stuff though, in the actual proper glass as well.
You're doing for your bit for local farmers and for local British companies, which is very laudable. Of course, St Austell, which is the brewery that makes proper job, is down in Cornwall. I discovered this properly when I was working in the West Country a few years ago, and it's quite a potent ale. I mean, this is 5.5%. Proper job, as they say down west. And I like it. But I've come prepared for the simple reason what we're about to sample on this episode does require maximum strength alcohol, right? And I'm prejudging. Let me just open this and try not to get everything everywhere. Hang on. Right. Well, let's just have a little festive cheers.
Cheers.
You see, I'm a heathen. You've got a glass. So I can't be asked. Proper job. So,
Mrs. Claus is here.
Hello, Mrs. Claus. Marvellous. Looking good.
Right, you got these awful beans. Sorry, I'm not prejudging.
Well, no, let's crack on. So, for this episode, when I saw these advertised, I thought we've got to try them, right? And I have a love-hate relationship with Heinz Beanz with pork sausages in. Now, they used to be really good. I used to eat them out of a pint glass, right? If I was hungover, I'd stick them in a pint glass and put them in the microwave, heat them up, or a bowl, then grate really strong cheddar cheese over the top of them, and that would be my hangover cure. Then the sausages they used, Heinz, what I was talking about there was just their run-of-the-mill beans with pork sausages. Then they did a big trumpeting of their new partnership with Richmond sausages, and long-term listeners and viewers of this podcast will know we're not fans of Richmond. I mean, they are the best-selling sausage in the UK, but Rozza, come back.
I can't stand it anymore. I can't stand that you mentioned, you even said the brand. Normally you say the R word.
I know, but we have to be clear for this particular sampling session, because Richmond They are the best-selling sausage in the United Kingdom, but the pork content in their sausages is 42%, which is the basic minimum legal requirement in this country, in the United Kingdom. And all I'm going to say, because I don't want to be sued, that means 58% is a load of other stuff in that banger, right? We have to mention their name because Heinz had this partnership a couple of years ago where they started using Richmond sausages. And I had never had a can since because I do have this mental block regarding R, right? Then I saw this advertised. It came up on my Instagram feed. Oh, by the way, you can find this podcast on Insta and Facebook. I can't remember what I've called it. I think it might be Prick with a Fork, but go and have a look. And it's a limited edition. So if you look at that, limited edition, Heinz Beanz with pigs in blankets. And there's the Richmond logo.
With Christmas seasoning, it says here as well.
Now, I don't know. You haven't cooked these. You got the current Mrs. Rory to put them in the microwave. I put mine in the pan. And I was heating them up a few minutes ago. The Christmas seasoning, it just sounds like, what's that stuff? All of those shavings people have, or they used to have, in the middle of their lounge in a little bowl. Pot puree? No, what was it called?
Yeah, pot puree. Yeah.
It smelled like that.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, what's going on here? And it got worse as I heated them up. Don't want to prejudge it.
Do you know what? Sorry, I didn't realise that this was with the R word. I thought... sorry, the pennies just dropped.
Yeah.
I'm in complete shock.
It's all right. So, you've got your microwave ones there. I've got mine in a bowl here.
Yeah.
There's five pigs in blankets in this tin, I noticed when I put them in the pan. That's interesting in itself. You got the tin there. Do you want to have a quick... Are you sampling them already? You haven't tried a sausage yet, have you?
No, I was just
all right.
putting a few putting a few beans in my mouth.
Have a look at the ingredients on the back of the tin. I mean, it's a right old list of
stuff.
The science lab. I mean, I don't know if I can be bothered to read it out, really.
Let's have a look.
There's a soya protein in there. Oh, by the way, I had, for my first time ever, a vegetarian sausage earlier this week. You know, I've always said I wouldn't have one. You can find it on this YouTube channel. GB News asked me, because they come to me now. They're currently they're the UK's #1 news channel at the moment. And they come to me whenever there's a sausage story. And there was a story in the news about the European Union who wanted to ban the use of the word sausage or burger for products that didn't have any meat in. So I went on GB News. They asked me to go on and talk about it. And I did. But they asked me to sample a vegetarian sausage. So I did it because I'm a cheap media whore. And all I'm going to say is they were by a company called Cauldron. It was their Lincolnshire brand.
Yeah, I know them.
Oh, man. I mean, why would you bother? Really unpleasant. You can find that on this YouTube channel as well. Anyway, where did we get to?
The ingredients.
The ingredients, what you got there?
Beans. Yeah, 35% beans. We've got 31% tomatoes. I definitely can taste that in the beans. Pigs in blankets, 19%. Pork cocktail sausages, 70%. Hang on.
I was trying to work out all of the percentages, and they don't make any sense to me.
No. So pigs in blankets, 19%. Pork cocktail sausages. No. So pigs in blankets.
Yeah. I know.
Pork cocktail sausage, 70%. Pigs in blankets, 19%. Then it just says pork, 44%. Now, is that the R word's pork content?
It might be. I don't know. I don't know. I got bored of reading it, to be honest with you.
Otherwise, water rusk. So rusk, we've got some nice...
But soya protein.
Yeah. I mean, pork fat, salt, protein, potato starch, soya protein, which you mentioned, a load of stabilizers, gum.
I know.
Spices.
We shouldn't be so surprised.
Black pepper. Oh, it's got nutmeg in it, though, Duncan. You like nutmeg?
Yeah, I do, so I'm just going to try the beans. You've already had a couple of mouthfuls of the beans.
Yeah. They're all right.
But I don't like Christmas seasoning.
No, but these are a bit like the KFC beans that they do. They're sort of a bit barbecue-y.
Have you got barbecue flavour coming through? I haven't. I've got a slightly sweet flavour.
It is sweet.
I don't like them.
But I should probably think that the KFC ones, I don't know this, disclaimer. I don't know whether or not they've got sugar in them, but... But the beans are...
They've got this smokiness about them. You're absolutely right. And I think that's come off the pig in blankets in there. Because I noticed it's streaky bacon. I think it might be smoky streak bacon. Hang on.
They're definitely sweet, though. There's It's not cinnamon, is it? It sort of tastes a bit cinnamony.
Could be anything.
I'm dying to have one of these sausages. I know you think they're going to be awful, but I'm going to be gutted. Well, gutted because I'm in front of you. But if I like these, because I think I'm going to.
I think you need to take a long, hard look at yourself if you find yourself enjoying them. I won't lie to you. But I tell you, there's a positive here. There's a positive here. I put them in the pan, okay, and I thought, God, they look disgusting. And they started to warm up. And actually, they've kind of, the bacon, I thought the bacon would, which is wrapped around these little Richmond sausages, would look quite anemic, right? But I'm just desperate not to get tomato juice all over my kit. But look, if you look at that, it's got some colour to it. Can you see on the streakiness there? Yep. So aesthetically, it's not as like, God, this is going to be awful. You're chomping down on those, aren't you?
I'm hungry. Do you know what? I've hardly eaten all day. That's
right.
why.
Okay. Well.
So I'm dying to have one of these. Have you eaten a sausage? Was that a sausage?
No, I was beans. No.
Who's going first then?
I think we do it together. But hang on.
Okay.
I just need a bit of mouthwash because I don't like those beans. I don't like the Christmas seasoning.
Mouthwash.
What a job. What they should do, they shouldn't have the Christmas seasoning. I don't think they need it.
No, they don't.
It's normal beans.
I think what's happened is it's a bit like when Bisto, did you see they did a pigs in blankets gravy? I think it was last year or the year before they started it. And I bought it and, well, Mrs. Claus was like, get rid of that stuff. It's absolutely terrible. And I sort of kept sneaking it into some of our Sunday roast, mixing it with other gravy to see if she'd notice.
Right.
And of course she did, because she notices everything.
She's a woman of taste.
And she's a woman of smell.
In most cases.
Yeah, and she finds things everywhere. So this time of year is a sodding nightmare trying to put Christmas presents in places where Mrs. M/Mrs. Claus won't find them.
Oh, mate.
I know.
Shall we have a go?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Are you going to bite one or just put the whole lot in?
I'm going to
put the whole lot in.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll go whole lot. Let's go.
Okay, on the count of, so what? 3, 2, 1?
I'm trying to think of a sort of a Christmas way of doing it, of like, you know, on the 5th or the 3rd day of Christmas.
I can't be arsed with that.
No, let's just go. Okay. Right, ready?
On 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Oh. Oh my God.
I knew that was going to happen. You got a bucket down there.
That is.
It's soft and.
Oh. What the hell's going on there?
It taste of anything. That's terrible.
Oh God.
Well, I'm just going to eat them all anyway because I'm so hungry. But I mean, the bacon's a bit crispy.
But that's all right. Oh, that's bloody awful.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm glad I only did half a tin.
Do you know, I used all of it, but it doesn't matter. It's going in the bin. What?
Salty. Really salty.
For me, I tell you what, genuinely, maybe kind of like, I had the slight reflex gag there, was not the taste, it was the consistency. Because I put it in my mouth, I chomped down on it, and it was just like this.
It went straight through it.
Yeah, and it was like a volcano erupting on your tongue, the lava just spreading everywhere, but with no taste to it.
No.
God.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Ant and Dec serve these up on I'm a Celebrity next year. You know, it's like, yeah, no, they're not great, are they? I mean, the bacon's not too bad. The beans, actually, are quite tasty, to be fair. It's very sweet, I think, the whole thing.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's really sweet.
Yeah, and really quite salty as well, now that I've actually put the pigs and the blankets of the 19% or 44% or whatever it's supposed to be. But need proof that Santa got your wish. Well, here it is. Beans, pigs in blankets, and Christmas seasoning, all in one can. No need to wait for the big day. Crack them open for a taste of Christmas on your toast.
They're suggesting you put them on toast.
We're supposed to have had them on toast, Duncan, not out of a microwave tub.
Balls to that. Well, I can't imagine. Why would that make any difference? Why would that improve it? Beyond improving.
Well, it's not going to, is it?
No. I mean, you can't. There's no process you can possibly implement to pretend that you can improve these, because you can't. You're starting from zero. No, awful.
I'm just going to have more of Clarkson's lager.
You like that, don't you?
Well, a bit more of an aggressive pour this time, I think, just to put a decent head on it. I mean, the head retention on this lager is unbelievable.
These are beyond unpleasant.
Beans yons, yeah, they are beyond. Yes,
Christmas seasoning. Now, you see, I know enough about marketing, right? I know quite a bit about sausages, but I know enough about marketing to know they would have done some focus groups, right? No wonder, when you hear politicians saying Britain is broken, that is why we end up with this, right? They will have done some focus groups. They would have gone, oh, I know, we got some ideas. Why don't you come to Heinz HQ and, try some of this? And, you've got a load of Muppets who are beyond, who probably can't even make toast, right? And what they're doing, we love this. It's because you're a moron, right? You don't like food. So they create something, and the morons who go, oh, Britain is broken, and I'm broken, so I don't care, I've got no taste buds. Go, I like this. And they send them away with 12 cans of it. That's why we've ended up with this, I think. What's the possible other reason? I mean, there can't be hordes of people sending emails to Heinz going, do you know what I think you should do this year? Right? Well, actually, no. Hearing myself say that makes me think there are probably people who do that, who just go, do you know what you should do, Heinz? Pigs in blankets and beans. I've been thinking about it long and hard. Have you? Have you really? Have you got nothing else going on in your life that you sit there in the bath or on the loo just going, oh, I'm going to send an email to Heinz going, let's have pigs in blankets and beans. Awful. And I can't imagine what... All right, so I don't know what you do at Christmas, but Christmas Eve in our house, it's been a tradition. We always have rib of beef, right?
Ooh, lovely.
Yeah, filth.
Ooh.
And then... Christmas Day is always a turkey crown. Not my favourite meat, but it's tradition and everyone wants it. I prefer it cold on Boxing Day, and I love making a turkey curry. That's what I think. So, and I tend to have on Christmas Day morning either a bacon sandwich or a sausage sandwich, or if we have people staying and they're not too meat orientated, I might open up some smoked salmon, right?
Ooh.
But I'm only saying that because those are the kind of foodstuffs we tend to have. Boxing Day, a lot of cold meats, bubble and squeak, cold pigs in blankets, because, of course, as we know, that's the food of gods, right?
Mm-hmm.
In what world, at what point over your Christmas period can you ever imagine a time where you go, do you know what I'm going to serve everyone? I'm going to serve them beans with pigs in blankets and Christmas seasoning.
Yes, and toast.
On toast.
Yes, on toast. And the thing is, particularly if they've seen your review already, if they've seen this video before you've served it up, they'll be asking you where the rib of beef is. They'll be asking you where's the smoked salmon. They'll be asking you where's your own sausages that you brag about that you make yourself.
Yeah.
Where are they? Now, you see, that would be an interesting one. I think next year's festive entry should be Duncan Bark's festive bangers. And
I've got a recipe in my phone. So I'm so sad. If I'm bored on the train, I sit there and work out sausage recipes.
Well, why not? I mean, it's dead time.
And I've got one in here, which I've not got around to doing because, like you, jobbing broadcaster, have to take the work when it's there. And it's been a very busy November and it's set to be a busy December. So the idea of finding a couple of days to make a big batch of sausages, I don't think it's going to happen. But I have a loose one, which is turkey. Obviously, this is my Christmas recipe. Turkey's quite lean, so you need to add quite a lot of fat because sausages live on fat, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I would add into that bacon, so it gives you the fat. So you've got the kind of pigs in blanket thing kind of going on. Pork and apple stuffing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, normally you don't put fruit in your sausages.
No, but this is a festive one. You've got to have some fruit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Then I'd add some cranberry, because that goes with turkey. And I was also playing around with parsnip.
Ooh, I love parsnips. I love them.
Parsnips.
So that's
tapped into the notes section on my iPhone. And I might get around to making a batch at some point.
Do you know what might work in those? There's because you can get festive spices as well, and I think at the moment that recipe, great that it sounds, and it's a very complex sausage. There's an awful lot in that.
Very, very complex.
I think it is lacking in the festive. I think it's lacking in the festive spice department. I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh, well, really? Okay. You're nodding there as if to say, no, Rozza, I'm not listening to a word you're saying.
Well, you'd stick in nutmeg, wouldn't you? If you want to, I always associate nutmeg or cinnamon with Christmas.
Now cinnamon, you'd have to go really easy on a sausage because that might start to taste just a bit...
Sorry, my tassel's getting caught up in my glasses.
Yeah, that just might start to taste a little bit sweet. But, you're saying about pigs in blankets, I actually put some in the oven. They're downstairs.
Now, all right, before we get on to that, because I've got some pigs in blankets news I want to share with you, and then there's something I saw in the Daily Express that we need to talk about before we wrap up this particular session. What are we going to do with this? Out of 10, what do we do with this?
Oh, yes, sorry. Yes, we've got to score it, haven't we? 2.
Yeah. You see, I've got to give it a score because I think running a business is really hard, all right? So I don't want to give it a complete 0. But, I mean...
The beans are quite nice, actually, to be fair.
Were they? Were they really?
Yeah, they're all right. They're okay. I mean, as I said, if you like beans from the takeaway places, or you like your beans when you go to these sort of American type, grill places where they do beans as a side.
But with the greatest of respect, isn't your score partly based on the fact you've not really eaten today? So actually, I could put down some dog food and you would have scoffed it up, right? Therefore, you're noshing down on these beans because your body was just craving something to eat. I had 3 rounds of toast and Marmite this morning for my breakfast. Then I had a fresh soup, which was Thai green noodle soup. I had a big bowl of that and some more bread to mop it up. So I'm actually I've eaten well today and haven't even got to this evening. I'm just wondering if your 2 out of 10 is just slightly tainted by the fact that you're so bloody hungry that you thought the beans were nice, because I didn't.
Are you gearing up for a 1 here?
I'm going for a 1.
Even a 0.5? A 1 out of 10?
1 out of 10. These are
nothing
shocking.
ever has
this
got...
is shocking.
Is that the lowest
shocking.
score
the
ever?
The biggest mistake they made was changing it 2 years ago when it was just Heinz baked beans with mini pork sausages in. And then they started doing this deal with Richmond. And ever since they flipped, frankly, this has gone downhill. Who's buying this?
We did. 2 of them.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Sainsbury's is where Mrs. Claus got
I got mine
from
Sainsbury's, yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know how much they were, about £2, was it, or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Which, for a tin of beans these days. I mean, beans used to be a cheap meal, but,
nothing's cheap now, is it?
No, now at £2. I mean, I'm going 2 just because the actual beans aren't that bad. And I'm actually going to shock you, and I'm going to use the other half tin on toast tomorrow.
Why?
Because that's the serving suggestion, and I'm a sucker for serving suggestions. And they've said that I should be having this on toast, and I just wonder...
Bollocks. Are you telling me that you think it's going to taste better if you have it on a bit of sourdough toast?
It might. Well, not sourdough. I mean, we're not that middle class.
Everyone does sourdough now. Have you eaten out recently? It's impossible.
I know, it's
to
everywhere.
Actually get bread that's not sourdough.
I know. A breakfast menu that doesn't have smashed avocado on it. It's like, no, I don't want that. I mean, I've just been in the UAE and Qatar, so I've been craving pork when I got back because pork is it is pretty much impossible to get hold of.
No shit, Sherlock. Really? What would that be?
Yeah. Chicken sausages a go-go, and I just refused to eat those. So actually, the cooked hotel breakfast was there. The turkey bacon rashers, I just didn't bother with any of it. I thought I'll just wait till I get back to Blighty, and I may even wait like that until I get to Prick with a Fork. And that's why I've put the Sainsbury's Taste the Difference pigs in blankets in the oven to rescue what I thought was going to be quite
Aren't
bad.
They great? For me, they're the best part of a Christmas Day lunch.
I mean, I love making my own. Get a decent sausage, get some really good streaky bacon with not too much fat on it, but a nice thickness. Part cook the sausages, and then wrap the bacon around. And then as they're coming towards the end, for about the last 10 minutes, put some honey on them, some festive spices, and you are away. And then even as they cool as well. I mean, my brothers-in-law, I've got 5 of them. Well, 6 actually. Yes, 6. And around Christmas, a tub of these just goes.
I love them. So I make my own. I get the chipolata from the butcher and streaky bacon from the butcher, and I wrap them around. and I stick them in the oven. And actually, if I had to choose, I'd rather have that with a load of veg and roast potatoes for my Christmas Day lunch than I would turkey.
Oh.
I mean, I can cook turkey well. You just need to use a hell of a lot of butter to keep it moist, right?
Yeah, that's right.
People go, it dries out. Well, it only dries out if you can't be asked to cook it properly.
Under the skin as well.
Exactly that. Yeah. So I don't have a problem with cooking turkey and cooking it well, but it is a dull meat. Chipolata sausages wrapped in streaky bacon, just perfect. And always do enough so they're cold for Boxing Day, so you can sit there and just dip them into a jar of mustard.
Oh, yeah. Now speaking of your favourite mustard, your friends at Tracklements.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I saw the Tracklements gift pack in Waitrose. Now, there's chutneys and all sorts in there, but I did see that, and I thought, although he doesn't have Duncan's name written all over it, because it actually says Tracklements, it does actually have Duncan's name written all over it. Here's Hugo.
We're back.
Here's Hugo, Mrs. Claus. Hey, we've got some...
And little Santa's helper.
Oh, we've got some pigs in blankets, which has been...
I'm working on the cooker.
Well, we've got a temporary cooker. We've just moved in some McAllister Towers. Yeah. And Hugo, you're going to wave. You're going to wave, Hugo.
Cheers, Hugo.
You're going to blow kisses.
Blow kisses.
Say hello, Duncan.
Hello, Duncan.
Hello, Hugo. Well, there you are. I will never do that for anyone else.
What do you love the most, Hugo, in life? It's sausages, right?
Sausages.
Yeah, do you love sausages?
Yeah.
Say, I love sausages.
I love sausages.
There we are. There we are.
Fantastic. Santa will bring you dozens of them.
Christmas
morning. So that is very sweet, and thank you. But so Waitrose, I want to talk about Waitrose, but just tell me, do you know what was in the Tracklements gift pack? Can you remember?
Now, I remember one of them was a chutney.
Yeah.
I don't think, because I looked, because I'm still trying to track down this mustard without having to try and buy it online. But I'm getting to the point where I'm just going to have to go online and buy the Tracklements mustard because I just cannot find it anywhere.
You won't be disappointed.
No, saying that, though, you mentioning about farm shops. I mean, the farm shop that I go to most Christmases in Ombersley in Worcestershire, I must go there. Now, there's a strong chance they might have it in there, actually. No. But otherwise, it definitely had a chutney in it. And it had a few other bits, a few other sort of festive condiments, but it looked like a really nice pack. I think it was about 14 quid from there.
I mean, if you've got a foodie in your life, they really love that as a present. They really, really would. I first came across, I think when I did the mustard test on this pod, I might have explained it. I first came across a Tracklements strong English mustard, because that's what it is. It's strong. It's not for the faint-hearted, in a pub in Oxfordshire. And they said, do you want anything? I was having steak. And they said, do you want anything? I said, mustard. They said, well, we have strong English mustard, but you have to use it sparingly. And I was, yeah, right. And I got some, and it was, I'll tell you, I mean, it's hot. It's hot, but it's delish. But going back to Waitrose, when I was in Waitrose, because obviously I live in quite a posh part of the United Kingdom, Chichester in West Sussex, Goodwood is just up there. And, you know, I go to Aldi for some shopping, I go to Lidl for some shopping, I go to Sainsbury's, I go to a butcher, I go to places because they do good things. We have a Waitrose here. Don't know about any Waitrose around your part of the country, but the ones in Chichester, apart from the old people who can't park their cars properly and can't drive in the car park, which is a liability in itself, they have, inside the Waitrose, they sell whole cooked chickens. Have you got that where you are?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I was doing a little bit of, there's a few things you can only get locally in Waitrose, and that's why I was in there. And I was in there, and I walked past the kind of deli counter, and at the end of it, they've got this glass thing where they have the roast chickens that you can buy already cooked. Do you know what they had down the front? One side, roast potatoes. You could buy roast potatoes to take away. Of course, you know, if you like your food, cook them at home, you'll do it better. But if we're talking car snacks, right, roast potatoes in a little bag, genius, but also to the right of it, pigs in blankets.
Wow. Now we've heard about your legendary car picnics before.
Car snacks.
Yeah, car snacks. But sorry, I've got a beagle here at my... I'm surprised Bertie hasn't turned up, but this is Sumner, our beagle, who I don't think has ever actually been on the... Well, she's been on the pod, but not visually.
Well, if you love your dog, don't feed the dog those beans or the pigs in blankets. Poor Sumner.
You've got those... I know, you've got those... You've got your eyes, haven't you? Licking your lips. Now, if I put you back down, you can have one, okay?
Don't feed it to your dog. Not unless you love it.
No, the Sainsbury's Taste the Difference ones.
Oh right. Oh yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah, not the stuff in the beans. No.
Here. She's managed to wrap herself around my headphone cable. Come here. What are you doing? Right, there we go. Right, honestly, beagles. Right, Sumner, here we go. Now sit down. Sit down. Wait.
Can they do a trick?
She can do a trick. Yeah, she can do like a spin or.
All right.
But obviously you can't see it from that angle. But
Can't do
I
any
don't know.
juggling or anything.
No. But she does like the odd fag because she's a beagle. So, but yes, no, Waitrose. Those roast potatoes sound divine.
But the pigs in blankets trump the roast potato. I mean, actually, you go for both, wouldn't you? I mean, I do a lot of driving, so now I'm thinking if I can loop in the Waitrose in Chichester before I get on the A27 or the M27, and it was £4 a portion. I didn't ask the bloke how much you get, but I'm envisaging this little bag of like roast potatoes, a little bag of pigs in blankets. That blows, the Golden Arches or Burger King or a drive-through on your way somewhere out of the water, doesn't it? That is proper living. Isn't it? I think it's proper living.
That is proper living.
And for all these people watching or listening going, Waitrose, that's really posh. It's like, if you go to Burger King, you will not get change from a tenner.
No.
Right? You won't. You can't do it anymore.
No, you won't.
If you're having a meal. So do yourself a favour, go to Waitrose, get some roast potatoes, have some pigs in blankets, and eat properly.
Exactly.
Eat like a lord.
Yes.
So that's the thing I wanted to mention about pigs in blankets and Waitrose. And finally, I don't know if you had time to look at this, the Daily Express newspaper has had a story in a couple of days ago, and I thought of you and I thought of us because you always get these celebrity chefs, right? These professional chefs who pop up around this time of year just going, this is how you do the perfect roast, or this is what you need to do for Sunday. I get really bored of them, all right? I'm really bored of them.
Yeah.
If I ever met Jamie Oliver, I'd happily slap him in the face because he is so annoying. However, there are others who I quite
like him, sorry.
No, it's all a bit motley cockney. Don't you think the actor's worn thin now?
I know what you mean, yes.
Yeah,
and and he says the word flavour a million times whenever you're
flavour.
He's going through his recipe. Packed with flavour.
Packed with flavour.
Packed with flavour, yeah. I bet he shops in Waitrose, though.
Nothing wrong with shopping wherever you can afford to shop. Anyway, there was this piece in the Express, and it caught my eye because a lot of chefs talk about how the best way to cook sausages is to fry them, okay? And I don't fry my sausages. And I'm always looking for vindication about the best way to cook sausages, which I obviously believe is my way because I'm arrogant. And there's someone in the Daily Express who's done this piece. He's a bloke called George Thomas from Swaledale Butchers. And he talks about, and he's talking specifically about the Cumberland sausage, which we like, Rozza. Mm-hmm. He talks about the best way to cook a Cumberland sausage is to slow roast it in the oven using a moderate heat, which is what we've been doing for months and months and months.
That's right.
And I honestly believe it's the way.
It is.
And it's not rocket science. I only started doing it out of instinct because if you listen to any of these chefs, if you have a bit of beef, for example, that is quite a tough cut, right, you need to cook it for longer, yeah? Mm-hmm. So you put it in the slow cooker, or you might slow roast it in the oven for like 5 or 6 hours or whatever. So I just apply the same methodology to a sausage because it's going to slow cook, it's going to caramelize better, which you don't necessarily get when you're frying.
That's right.
And it maintains all of the flavour. So I felt vindicated with this bloke who wrote a whole piece in the Express about how he slow cooks sausages, particularly Cumberlands, in the oven. Oven baking is the best option for a slow, even cook with minimal effort, keeping the sausage juicy inside whilst crisping up the casing. He's one of us.
He is. Now, we need to get him signed up to Prick with a Fork because, I mean, he basically is speaking to our hearts there. I mean, we've said before about frying sausages, split skins, all the rest of it. As you say, the Duncan Barks method of, 180 in the oven with a bit of a greaseproof paper, crunched up. Here's a little hack for you, crunched up, because then you can unfold it and it'll do whatever you like and it'll go whatever shape you want it in the pan. Stick them in, like that, bit of rotation every now and then. The first time I heard of it actually was my dear friend John. It was his 50th birthday in the heart of Wiltshire, and he wanted to have a sausage party, and he'd ordered in all these different sausages from the local butcher. They were all absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. And I just happened to say, well, when we get to the village hall for the party, how are you going to cook them all? He said, well, one of the things the village hall does actually have is a kitchen, and we're going to put them in the oven. And I went, really? You're not going to fry them up? He said, no, it takes too long. He said, and they're better in the oven. So about 10 years ago was the first time I'd heard them in the oven, had them in the oven, and then when I started listening to Prick with a Fork and I heard about the Duncan Barks sausage method, Sumner has now just pulled my headphones out of the socket because she's so desperate to try and get... Let me just plug this back in. I'm surprised Bertie hasn't come in. Anyway,
No, my dog's sulking today. I don't know why. I'm going to take him to the pub shortly. He needs some pub therapy. Something's not right in his little sausage dog brain.
Oh, no, that does sound good. A pint down the pub. We're off for a curry with the neighbours. One of the things we've done just across the road is one of Mrs. M's oldest friends who lives 3 doors down to where we've moved. So that's where we're going tonight. But yes, the Duncan Barks method of putting sausages in the oven is an absolute winner. And like that, just while I'm here, while we're talking about pigs in blankets, by the way, Mrs. M has sort of slightly overdone these. Taste the difference one. These are the party snack versions, though, so they're not quite the full ones. They're all right. They're okay. But pigs in blankets get the best, just only pork sausages. If you want to do Cumberlands or whatever, that's up to you. But get the best pork sausages you can get hold of. And I said, cook them in the oven. You want to cook them for about 15, 20 minutes. And then, as Duncan was saying earlier, get some really decent streaky bacon, some thick stuff if you can, like really thick. Yeah. And you'll be able to get one rasher will go around 2 sausages, wrap it round, squeeze it in and put it back in the oven and just drizzle it with just a little bit of oil, even a bit of olive oil will do, not to sound like Jamie Oliver. Yeah. Cook them for about another 10 minutes, maybe 15, and just before at the end, try and get some of the festive spice from Swartz or one of those spice makers. You can get a festive on, sprinkle that on, and then some local honey if you can get it. If not, honey just out of a pot or a squeezy bottle will be absolutely fine. Drizzle some of that on, pop them back in the oven for about another couple of minutes for that to just crispen up, and then take them out, let them cool just a little bit, and your guests will be just literally eating out of the palm of your hands.
Beautiful.
There we are.
Putty in your hands. Rozza, it's been great. Thank you. Got some housekeeping to do here. If you are listening to this on YouTube, or rather watching it on YouTube, but people do listen as well, if you're not yet subscribed, please do subscribe. We have over... I think it's now, we're certainly over 1,000 subscribers. I think it's nudging 1,200, which is really pleasing.
That's great.
And a load of US, a load of American listeners as well, and viewers. So if you're in the United States of America,
hello.
Thank you for supporting us here. So if you're not yet subscribed, please do. Once you subscribe, you can send messages and stuff, and you can be part of this, and Rozza and I can read out your messages wherever you might be watching or listening. So do that on YouTube. If you're an Apple person or a Spotify person, great to have you still listening. We'll carry on sticking this stuff on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, but please, YouTube, I think, is the growing place to go, which is why you will get content here on YouTube you won't necessarily get on Apple and Spotify, because sometimes I do a 3-minute rant about something and it's not worth putting on as a podcast, but it'll be here on YouTube. So it really is worth you subscribing to the YouTube channel. Just search for Prick with a Fork, and whatever platform you're listening or watching, please share, subscribe, write and review, because this is the world's only regular podcast all about sausages that makes national television now.
Indeed.
On a frequent basis.
It does. Yes.
So anyone who's discovered us via GB News or Talk TV, you are welcome as well.
Indeed.
Which is good. Right, well, have you got any beer left, or is it all gone?
I got a drop. No, I think I got a drop of Hawkston left, but I got about half the pint. So
should we do a virtual cheers there?
Duncan, have a great Christmas.
Christmas.
Love to you and the family, and
you too.
And don't stay Scrooge too long, okay?
No. Cheers. Let's do it. Can we do a cheers there? There you go. Well done.
Actually, if you do that again, we can sound effect it. There we go. Ready?
Go on.
There we are.
Who knew we used to work in broadcasting and still do? Who knew?
Who knew?
Lovely. All right. And everyone watching and listening, thank you very much. Have a great Christmas. More of this in 2026. See you later, Rozza. Take care.
Cheers. Merry Christmas.